guys, welcome. Happy deadline day. We're here after the international break. It's always a bit like, I'm waiting days, I'm waiting weeks for the next deadline. Well, that time has finally come, and it's a Saturday deadline. We haven't had many of them, have we? I think for game weeks 1 to 4, it's been Fridays every single time. So yeah, Saturday deadline. Here we are, much nicer, much nicer. And the good news is for me this morning, Son didn't go up in price. And Maddison didn't go up in price if you're buying him. So those two players, if you're buying this morning, yeah, they went up at the start of the international break, but they haven't gone up since. So they will both rise tonight, guaranteed. Thank you for all you guys in the chat joining. Let's have a look and see who's with us. We've got Mohammed, we've got Chris, Carl and Nuisance. CJ's in the house. Hello, guys. Good to see you. Beer and Carl as well. Joe's with us. Good morning. Hope you're well. What's Joe saying? Let's have a look. I'm still working out the graphics, still getting used to this. It's me again. I've got properly sucked in, says Chris. Yeah, haven't we all, guys? Haven't we all? Rashford out for Son. Guys, as you can see on screen, the transfer that I've made this game week, I haven't actually clicked the button yet, but in my head, I made it a long time ago. Is it bad if I eat during the stream? Check it out. Doesn't look great, does it? I mean, the baby's having the same breakfast as me. Probably should grow up a little bit. It's overnight oats, soaked. Cam, what's in the oats? Chia seeds and raspberries. There we go. So I'm going to eat a little bit, but not too much, because it'll be very annoying to listen to, won't it? Rashford out for Son is the movie I said I've been making. Like, I'm going to make. I've not clicked the buttons yet, but I'm going to click the buttons. Sorry. In terms of captaincy, the armband is currently on Hojlund. On the graphic you can see, but that ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna last. Son is my game week captain, guys. Crush that porridge, says Evan. Love the Argentina shirt. Yeah, the Messi shirt in the background's pretty damn cool, isn't it? Yes, we've got audience all the way from New Zealand. Love that, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm literally, many of you will tune into deadline streams, right? If I do a deadline stream, no one's going to watch it because you'll all be watching all the other deadline streamers that have got bigger YouTube accounts. So I'm like, why don't I do the hour before the deadline? And where possible, I'm going to try and do that. Some weeks I'm on Sky Sports News. Some weeks I'm on the FPL show. Some weeks I'm traveling, whatever. So yeah, great question here. My hair is thinning. Any recommendations? As your hair is awesome. I don't know, dude. What I'd say is, don't worry too much about it. Like, your hair ain't you. Like, your hair is a tiny bit of you. So sure, a lot of men are paranoid about their appearance with their hair. One of my best mates went bald at 21, 22. He got to the point, I was like, mate, just bick it. He wears it so well. It suits him, and he's never had a problem picking up women because of it, which was his major concern. Is Maddison an option for captaincy, do we think? Personally, captaincy for me is between Son and Haaland this week. I'm going Son. If I didn't own Son, I'd be going Haaland. I wouldn't be going Maddison captain, although I think it's a fine shout. I just don't think we've got the same routes to points that we have with Son when we go Maddison captain. You guys might disagree with that, and if you go Maddison, I don't hate it at all. Joe said, I guess, Gianni, is for your team, would you rather sell Rashford than Bruno? Yeah, I actually would rather keep Bruno. If I was given the choice, I'd hold Bruno over Rashford. The penalty appeals there. I think if he plays on the right where he could do it, even, I prefer it. Foden or Son? Foden or Odegaard to Son? Oh, I'd sell Odegaard. I would sell Odegaard. Guys, thank you so much for asking questions. I've got a poll out for captaincy in the chat. Do answer the poll if you can. Currently, Haaland is on 54% of you are going to captain Haaland. The 10% other, I'm guessing, is Maddison and Salah captainers. And there's 97 of you watching. If you can hit that like button, that'd be amazing, guys. Can we get up to, can everyone watching hit the like button and get to 97 likes from 97 watching? That'd be pretty cool. Let's have a look. Guys, this is a helpline. This is answering your questions, right? That's the purpose of this stream. I'm so sorry that I'm not going to get to every question because of just the pure volume of the chat. So if you do fancy and absolutely need your question answered, then super chats are open. No obligation there. There's a good chance you get your question answered regardless. But if you fancy asking a super chat, you obviously get a little bit more detail and absolutely your question answered. Can you hear the baby crying? She clearly doesn't like the muesli. Not the muesli, the overnight oats, which we have together every morning. Luke's in the house. Hello, Luke. Good to see you, mate. Guys, where in the world are you watching from? Let me know. Give me some countries, and then we'll get started with some more questions, shall we? Where in the world are you watching from? Give me a city or a country. I want to know how far and wide this is being watched. Hojlund for Watkins. Oh, I'd give him another week, but I think Hojlund's going to be great and good value. Sanchez or Turner? I would go Sanchez, I think. Yes, Malaysia, CH. I always wondered where you're from, CH. We got South Africa in the house. We got Palestine, Eddie. That's awesome. Wellington, the capital of New Zealand. Amsterdam, Mark's there. Vegard in Norway. FPL Cams in England. Finland. We got Bangladesh represented and Mallorca. Farami watched me on the fantasy show, which was awesome. Me and Kelly. We did half an hour and it was brilliant. It's also now shown in the UK on Sky and TNT, which is pretty cool. More in New Zealand and Colombo in Sri Lanka. There we go. Morning, Damien, to you. We've got Derry City Island, Harry in Southwest London and Freddie in Dorset. Not too many have been in the UK, have they? Palestine representing. I love that. Guys, we've got Jamaica. Oh, we got India. I'm going to India next week. Finland, Menorca. The US, there we go. Hong Kong, Kenya. Thank you guys for all your support. Sorry if I haven't read all of yours out. Why so early? As I said, I'm going to go early before the deadline stream. I'm only going to stream for like another 45 minutes, guys. So it's going to be a fairly concise one. And thank you guys for your support. Heather's joining us in the chat as well in Ireland. So guys, big questions. I'm not captain Haaland every week. There'll be loads of game weeks when he isn't top scorer. And that's the absolutely good point, Manchester. Like, sure, Haaland's the best player in the game. No one doubts that. He ain't the best captain every week. So when he is, and we have him like last week, great. If you think a Spurs player or a Liverpool player or an Arsenal player is going to get more points than Haaland this game week, City have got a few injuries. Going to West Ham isn't an easy place to go. I think City win the football match. I think they'll probably win 2-0. But I think Spurs could win 5-0. And that's what I'm there for, the bigger ceiling. Remember, if you're going someone like Son over Haaland, you get the extra point for captaincy as well. Guys, when we're looking at transfers in, just want to flick to the ticker. Let's have a look. Let's move this a little bit bigger. Ooh, yeah. When we're looking at players to bring it in, because loads of us are bringing in Spurs players, I get why those don't want to bring in Spurs, because game week 6 and 7, we see a middle there. Arsenal and Liverpool, but then it's Luton, and then it's a really good run. The ticker has Arsenal and Liverpool's difficult fixtures for Spurs. Of course it does. Rightly so. But are they games in which Spurs will still score? I think they are. And therefore, Son and Maddison, I think, are still good options in those fixtures. So there we go. Dude, I can't give you an ideal bench boost. Like, I need to see the rest. That's too hard. Thoughts on Botman in? Yeah. Newcastle getting a lot of love. I much prefer the Newcastle defence to the Newcastle attack. And the cheapest route is Botman. And he pretty much is minutes proof. He'll play every minute as long as he's fit. Even with the rotation of Champions League, he won't be affected by that. And when we see Champions League rotation, we're often worried, aren't we? Like with some of our attacking players, you could miss a game, come in and out. Centre-backs, for example, and back fours in general tend not to be rotated, but centre-backs especially. So someone like Botman, he's going to play every minute. Guys, just shout out. We're going to answer some more questions. Before we do, I haven't seen any of our members in the chat yet. I'll see the members because they will have a cool little image by their name. Cool little emoji, a cool little icon. And any members' questions I obviously can prioritize. If you fancy becoming a member on my channel, all you've got to do is click the join button on the homepage and you can join the squad or the ultras. Now, the ultras is popping off because the ultras is the WhatsApp group And on that WhatsApp group, we've got a couple, including Gucci in Australia, who's wildcarding this week. So we've been chatting on there. I send daily, hourly messages at the moment, videos, voice notes. So if you fancy joining the WhatsApp tier, the WhatsApp group, that's the ultras, or just the general tier, that's the squad. And I'll prioritize all your questions in the chat and in the comments to my normal videos. It's a way of supporting the channel if you fancy it. If you don't, absolutely cool. Thank you for joining anyway in the lives. But yeah, memberships are awesome if you fancy supporting from as little as $2.99 a month. Right, my team. What do we think? What do we think? Do you guys think I'm doing the right thing? Shall we ask a different question in the poll? Because at the moment, 53% of you are going Haaland. Shall we ask a question which is, I think the question should be, here we go. If you own Son, hang on. Q&A, what have I done? I think I've pressed the wrong thing. I'm still getting used to this. Where's poll? Start a poll. Here we go. If you owned Son, would you captain him this game week? Yes. No. Let me know what you think. I reckon. I'm not going to say. Foden to Son. So this week, my dilemmas were I can sell Saka, I can sell Rashford, I can sell Foden. I sell Rashford. I'm selling Rashford. I don't like it. I don't want to sell Rashford, but I really don't want to sell Saka and Foden. So I'm giving Foden. I think Foden's going to play in the Grealish role on the left-hand side, isn't he? Like Grealish is out. We prefer Foden centrally, but still wide left. I can see points. So there we have it. There we have it. Question here from Dian Cash. Or you got to play a Doji, haven't you, in this game? You got to play a Doji. Let's go. I think we're all feeling that, aren't we? Let's go indeed. Morning, Kev. Good to see you, mate. What are you doing, Kev? Usually you like a differential punt. Sterling. I think you hold Sterling if you own him. I don't know if I'd be shopping for Sterling. I prioritise Spurs this week. Estupinano, Colwill. Colwill. I mean, look at my team. You can't ask that question when I've got my team on screen with Colwill above Estupinan. Come on. Son has got the highest ceiling this week, yeah. But Haaland the lowest floor. At the moment, 63% of you would captain Son if you owned him. Was it game week 2? I think it was game week 2 where I was like, Salah had, I don't know, Bournemouth, whatever. And it was like, if you own Salah, you have to captain him this game week. This isn't one of those weeks where if you own a player away from Haaland like Son, you have to captain him. It's not that obvious. It feels like you should, but it ain't a gimme, as it was in game week 2 for Son. Will Estupinan play? Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. Again, he's pretty robust. I know De Zerbi said he's a long flight back, but so have a lot of them. I think he'll be fine. How do you like your tea to be made? I drink rooibos tea, which those watching from South Africa will know very well. My wife's from South Africa, so yeah, rooibos was something she was brought up on. So I drink rooibos tea with a bit of oat milk, or I drink a oat milk latte. Good question. Good question, Tan. Thanks, mate. Eze's still a keep, for sure. He did really well last time out. Buy a Doji or Botman, a Doji for me. Although you will be benching him next week, so make sure you got good cover. Sorry, guys. I'm eating my breakfast. It is an early morning stream. I wouldn't captain Maddison. No, I'd captain Haaland. Yeah, South Africa in the house. I would captain Haaland if I just had that choice of Maddison or Haaland. Given the choice of Son or Haaland, however, I am captaining Son. Any fresh news on Darwin, says Gucci. No, although he wasn't mentioned as someone that ain't around, and we know Trent is out. He did come off for Uruguay at half-time. I personally think Darwin is going to start. I would be surprised if he didn't, off the back of his form. If he was injured, sure, we could see it, but I haven't looked on the Liverpool website or social media page, Gucci. And Gucci is one of our members on a wildcard. So Gucci is on the Ultras tier, which is awesome, Gucci. And I've enjoyed chatting to you this week and getting to know you a bit better. Gucci's into aliens. But But Gucci, yeah, I would check, and I haven't done this yet because I'm not interested this week. I would check Liverpool's social media and their website to see if there's any training ground pictures, to see if you can see Darwin in the photos. But I think you'll probably be all right there. You're on wildcard, so it's fun to have a punt on wildcard, isn't it? But yeah, good question. Do you need to come in, Cam? Cam? Is that guy at the door? No, it's fine. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd love a coffee. Isn't she sweet? My daughter wants to get in. Guy, do you want to come say hi to the streamers? Hang on, I'll be back. Guy, do you want to say good morning? Hello. You want to say hi to everyone on YouTube? There we go. Come on, Bubba. She's woken up with a bit of a puffy eye. I don't know what it is. Maybe she's been bitten or she's allergic to something. Look, Gaia, look at the camera. Hey, Bubby. Look at her eye. It's all puffy. Hey, baby. You a bit sleepy still? It's early, isn't it? Kev says hi. Yeah, you want my overnight oats? You've just had your own overnight oats, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, she wants mine. Did she finish her breakfast, Cam? Right, you finished your breakfast. Now you want seconds? You want seconds? All right. Guys, we're going to get back on with FPL content, aren't we? Gaia, you're going to go see Mama. You're going to go see Mama. You're going to go see Mama. There you go. Thanks, babe. See you soon, Baba. We'll go to the park. We're going to the swings. We're going to the swings in a minute. Say in a minute. We're going to the swings at around 45 minutes. Your team needs a blessing, yeah. Will Gvardiol play? Hi, Sunshine. Your team? Oh, thanks, guys. Nice of you to say. Allergic to getting up early, maybe. There we go. Thanks for the love, guys. Isn't she? She's going to be an FPL star of the future. I'm going to be getting on her on the FPL show very soon. Oh, no way. Did my audience drop during that? Slows. Right, where are we? What's her FPL team name? Not yet. Keep Foden or get Matters. You need some Spurs coverage. I just don't know if selling Foden's the route. Rune's one of my members. Yes, Rune. Thanks, dude. Rune is one of our channel members. And because I've seen his little emoji straight away, I go to your question. But Rune doesn't have a question. He just says adorable. Thanks, mate. She's a dream. 60% of you would go with Son if you owned him. Interesting. Good morning, guys. Loads of you are coming on now because it's like I started to stream quite early at 8 o'clock, didn't I? Maybe a little bit too early. But look, let's have a look at my team, how I'm set up. I'm happy, and I'm starting Gvardiol. Now, Man City predictors suggest that one of Ake, Akanji, or Gvardiol will be benched. Well, that's pretty much the case every week, isn't it? Pretty much the case every week. So, look, I think I saw him in training photos. I think Gvardiol will be fine. There's a good chance he plays. If he doesn't play, he probably doesn't come on. And you have your Estupinan or whoever. Wow, it's late in Texas. I do feel for you guys in different time zones around the FPL deadline where it's like middle of the night. Tough gig. Personally, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could stay up till 4 a.m. for a deadline. I would just be going to make my transfer, go to bed. But I hear you. And of course, one of my mates here, Madridista, came to Fest, and we played in a football tournament in New York, which is pretty cool. So good to see you, dude. Good to see you. I didn't notice you at first there. Eze still a keep. Yeah, definitely. Matty Cash or Moreno. Moreno's back to training. I don't think he's back ready to start. Moreno is going to be the best Aston Villa defender to buy, without doubt. So all those on Matty Cash, Moreno is going to be the one in a couple of weeks. When I wildcard, if I wildcard around game week 9-ish, I'm going to have an Aston Villa defender, and that will be Moreno. But he's been out for a long time. Just because he's returned to training, don't think he's back in the 11 this week. He could be, But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of cameos and then we see him in the run-in for a starting spot in the 11. So Moreno's too soon. If you're going this week, then Matty Cash is safer. I guess it depends if you're on a wild card or not, I guess. Tricky one. Why Son over Rashford? I don't know. Like, Son's the best call in the game this week, but Rashford, the reason why I'm selling Rashford over Saka or Foden, because I think Rashford's a good pick this week, right? It's a good fixture for him. Brighton can be leaky, but I think Brighton dominate the ball, and I think it's a very tight game. I think I predicted 1-1. I don't know how Rashford's going to work with Hojlund in the team. That doesn't mean that'll be a good thing. Rashford's been so used to all the big chances falling his way. Now there's this new number 9 in town. Rashford, yeah, he's better on the left. We know that. But we don't know how Hojlund being in the team might affect the chances Rashford gets. We also don't know exactly where Rashford's going to play. There is a world in which Garnacho plays on the left and Rashford plays on the right. And again, on the right, a bit like when he's number 9, we don't like him as an FPL asset. And then you could also add another narrative to spin it how you want. But it goes Greenwood, Anthony, Sancho. There's a lot of drama at Man United at the moment. Now's not a good time. Oh, and Champions League distraction. Spin it how you want. But for me, I'm happy to risk going without Rashford. And I know that can sting me, guys. I know that could sting. But Son this week, in terms of why you should be buying Son, the list is endless. Playing number 9, on penalties. His team have produced the second most attempts on goal all season. Only Brighton have more. More shots, more attempts than Man City. More attempts than Man United and Arsenal and Liverpool and Chelsea. Ange Postecoglou teams attack at will. And with that in mind, whoever's playing number 9 for Ange Postecoglou is going to get the chances. Now, we've seen Richarlison's got some chances. He doesn't convert them. Son had 3 attempts on target in game week 4. He scored all 3 of them. He had 5 attempts. Son overperforms his XG more than any other player in the league, pretty much. He's never underperformed it. In all the seasons he's been at Spurs, he overperforms anywhere between 1 and 8. I did a video on this a couple of days ago. You can check out the game week preview or my team selection where I've given you loads of data and reasons why I'm going Son. It's an obvious one for me. I'm sorry if I've missed any comments from members there, guys. I haven't actually bought in Son. He didn't go up in price last night, so I didn't need to. I am bringing in Son for Rashford, and I am captaining Son. The graphic on screen is wrong. It won't be vice captain. It will be captain Son this week for me. I'm doing it, guys. I wasn't sure. I was on the fence, and I've decided I'm doing it yesterday. There's a squirrel running on my wall. Do you want to see it? Stay still, squirrel. Can you see it? Can you see the squirrel? It's not moved. You don't know if right. So it's right at the corner of the wall and the thing. So if I tap the window, it's going to run. Get ready. It's just frozen still. There you go. It's moving. Come on, squirrel. Doesn't fancy it. Doesn't fancy moving. I should have gone full screen. Hang on. Now you might see him clearer. Him or her, I don't know. You see the squirrel? I wish I could zoom in. So directly above that green plant in the middle, that's the squirrel on the top of the wall. So crouching down. There we go. Let's look around my room. Look, I haven't finished the wall. The photo wall. Hang on. Now my framing's out. The squirrel's just frozen. Just like knows we're talking about him. Oh, thanks, Cam. No, that's good. She doesn't want to be on camera. The wife doesn't want to be on cam. So now you've got to listen to me. Oh, it's eating the nut. Oh, good. You could see it. It's very cute. So now you've got to see me get distracted with the squirrel. Have my daughter come in and scream the place down. Have my wife bring me coffee. And listen to me eat my rubbish breakfast. So thanks for joining, team. Sell Foden or Madison. No, I answered that one, didn't I? Here we go. Adogi or Porro. Porro, is at risk in more difficult games of being dropped for Emerson, who's slightly better defensively, I'd go Doji here, who's nailed. I just prefer him. Aporo does have slightly higher shot volume, but Adogi better assist threat. Channel member Rune in the house. Yes, Rune. As a channel member, you get all your questions answered. I captain Maddison this week. Gvardiol and a Stupinan bench. You've got a strong squad. Dean and Dogi, Tillwell, fair. I mean, they're all good options. Always a risk going without Haaland Cat. But if there's a week, there is going to be more weeks coming up. But yeah, well played. So let's have a look at some of those other weeks. So Man City in game week 8 play Arsenal away. And Spurs that week have Luton. Game week 8 will be another week to go against Haaland. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Rune. This is one of the weeks we can consider it. I think if you don't own Son, you probably don't go against him. It's a baby, isn't it? It's definitely a baby. There's definitely a nest there somewhere. I keep seeing them. So yeah, let's go against him this week. If you have Son. If you don't have Son, I wouldn't be going against Haaland, to be fair. I don't think I would. Morning, mate. Bin Saka or Rashford for Son? Would I bin Saka or Rashford? I mean, I am binning Rashford. Like, that's the call I've made. I could have sold Foden. I could have sold Saka. Saka's fit, by the way. Don't be worried about that Achilles injury. Like, a lot of players get knocks and ongoing Achilles problems. Speaking of knocks, I'm playing football later. God. Too old. Sterling for Son. Already got Maddison. Ooh. Sterling's a hard one because you only probably bought him in last week. Like, you've got to give him the Bournemouth game, haven't you? I think you've got to give him the Bournemouth game. Guys, thanks for your questions. I want to give this show structure if needed, but I also want to make it about you. So I've probably answered, 50 questions and there's probably 200. I'm sorry I can't answer absolutely every one. If I see a channel member or a super chat, I obviously will prioritize it. And if I see quick, easy ones that just pop up in my eye line, I'll bring them up on screen like this. Play Turner or Nick Pope. I'd play Pope. Just. Speaking of which, a super chat has just come in. Thank you, mate, for your support. What's your question, though, dude? Don't give me a super chat and ask a question. I feel guilty now. Well, thanks for supporting the channel, YCAS. That's really kind of you. If you do have a question, YCAS, please do get it in, and I will answer your question and share it with those watching. But I really appreciate that. Thanks, mate. Who's going Salah captain then? We haven't really spoken about Salah. If you own Salah, a bit like if you own Maddison, or a bit like if you own Saka or Rashford, I still think I'd be going Haaland captain. But completely fair enough. Son is the guy that I would go against Haaland for this week. And I'm doing it. The only reason I've not made my transfers and reset my captain is simply the deadline's not till 11. And because City and a load of the other teams play at 3 p.m, we could get a couple of leaks. And if we get early leaks, and yeah, so far there's no news on that Liverpool lineup either. But we'll get a leak on Liverpool. We'll get a leak on City because they're teams that we do get leaks on. We'll probably get one on Man United. And with that in mind, if you're on a wild card, you've got any dilemmas, it might be worth waiting until 11 to click those buttons because, price rises aren't going to change. There's no benefit to going now other than your time. And if you're watching this in overseas and you're like, it's middle of the night, then yeah, go to bed. Oh, there we go. We've got a super chat question in from Wynaz has done another one. I mean, I'm guessing because you didn't put your question in first time. So appreciate that, my friend. Have Son and Maddison. Nice. A bit like me. But they play against a low block. Isn't Maddison better? No. No, he's not. The whole low block thing doesn't mean Maddison will be better. You could argue Son better on the counter-attack, sure. But against a low block, Son still finds ways. He will shoot from distance, for example, if he needs to. Now, Son is the best probably from 20 yards in the league in terms of sticking it top bin in open play. It's weird. We've never really seen Son on free kicks. Right foot, left foot. Son is brilliant from range. And with that in mind, he's still a better option than Maddison because he's got the appeal of penalties. So even if you're not too sure, you go, just the penalty appeal. Now, we don't have it absolutely confirmed he's on pens over Maddison, but Postecoglou has quoted and spoken about this, and he insinuated in that sentence where he did mention Maddison as in one of the takers, but he mentioned as put Son's name first and spoke about it as though Son as club captain will be taking pens. So with the penalty appeal, we've not seen a Spurs pen yet. You could argue they're due soon. Your captain Son, in my opinion, but nice Wyaz that you got both. And I've got both, and I'm excited to have both. With captaincy, it's almost like we've gone Spurs triple attack, because if you've got two and you captain one, and that's part of the reason why I'm okay with going against Haaland this week, guys. So I'm going against Haaland, but I've still got double City attack, so I'm covered. If you like, there's a world in which Haaland points all come from Foden assists, for example, and if that's the case, I still benefit from those points, even though I don't have the armband on him. So maybe a little bit of a defensive play there from me. But really appreciate the super chat there, Wykaz. I don't know how much that super chat costs in terms of your local currency, but it might even be cheaper for you next time to just become a squad tier member, because for $2.99 a month, and that could be the same value as your super chat, you can ask unlimited questions in the chat and I'll respond to all of them. Channel members are prioritized, but likewise in comments to my videos as well. And if you fancy it, you can join the WhatsApp group on the Ultras tier. Gucci has been on his wildcard this week. We've been discussing that. Guys, do you know who else is in the WhatsApp group? Sorry, one final plug. In the Ultras tier WhatsApp group, world number one from last year, Ali Yahangarov, my mate, is in the WhatsApp group as well. So you join a WhatsApp group with me, but also the world's best FPL manager. He finished 215th the season before and first last year. The guy's insane. So you get his thoughts on your decisions. Right. Let's get back to my team. Player Stuplan or Guardiola? This is a really common question this week. Really common question. I'm going Guardiola. You can see it here on screen. So that's my answer there. Gucci, just talking about you, mate. Just want to say, guys, the Ultras group is fantastic. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Do you know what I was meant to do, Gucci? Yesterday, when I was on the fantasy show, I planned on doing some behind-the-scenes content and sending it to you guys. And I forgot. So next time I'm in, or maybe when I'm at Sky Sports News, some behind-the-scenes coverage, which would be pretty cool. So there we go. Thought on Maddison as captain. I've spoken about this a lot. I'm bigger on the Son. I'm bigger on the Son vibe there. If I had Maddison, as my only captaincy option with Haaland, I'd still be captaining Haaland. I just want to make that clear. So guys, thank you so much for watching and hitting the like button. Are we up to 100 likes yet? No, we're at 83. If we can get to 100 likes, that'd be cool. That'd be like 1 in 3 of you would enjoying it. Guys, in today's stream, if you just joined, you've missed my lovely daughter coming and saying hello. She loves it. She loves saying hello to you guys. You've missed Squirrel Watch. Yeah. Little baby squirrel eating his little nut. And you've missed me slurping my coffee loads and eating my overnight oats. Sorry about that. But 300 of you have joined, which is awesome. Guys, I'm new to this, right? You may have watched me on Fantasy Football Scout or Chasing Green Arrows where I do live streams, but on my own channel, that's not been a thing. I do pre-recorded videos and many of you will watch them. I've done 5 in the international break, I think. Best attack and best defense. You can go and watch them now or perhaps when this finishes. I did a game week preview and a team reveal. They're always short and concise and amazing editing and full of lots of cool stuff. I can say amazing editing because I don't edit them myself. My partner Craig is my editor, my business partner Craig. So yeah, he's super talented and I feel like I've got the best editor in the FPL community and his makes my videos look amazing. He doesn't do these ones. These ones are me. Hence, it's more basic. So, yeah, I appreciate you watching those vids. But let's get some questions. This is about you guys, this stream. And I'm so sorry I can't answer absolutely every question. I'm watching the chat going, oh, I need to answer that one. I need to answer that one. But the reality is, if I answer every question, it's a rubbish viewing experience for you because you're just going to get scattergun rubbish waffle. So I'm trying to be selective with what questions I bring up. Obviously, I'll prioritize channel members and super chats. But look, yeah, I'll do what I can. I'm tempted to bring in Son for Sterling. Should I? I don't think I'd sell Sterling, guys. I would sell my Man United midfielder more, I think. Loving the laid-back stream on a Saturday morning. FPL and coffee on a Saturday morning whilst waiting for the family to wake up. What? They're still in bed at 8:30? I'd love that, Kev, if my daughter was still asleep. You've got a little one. Does she sleep in after 8:30? I mean, she's older than Gaia, but that's decent if you're getting lay-ins till 8:30. Thoughts on Diogo Jota? Guys, I want to say with the Liverpool midfielders, what I would say there is, or attackers, we still don't absolutely know who's nailed. Salah on the right, sure. Probably Darwin down the middle and probably Luis Diaz on the left. Jota and Hakpo can come in at any point, though. It's a little bit risky going for a Jota, I think. It's a little bit risky. I would wait. I'd rather Darwin. Oh, Rune, I'm somewhat of a WhatsApp noob. How do I find the group? Oh, I'm sorry, Rune. You're a squad member, mate. So you need to upgrade. God, it's like sales TV this morning, isn't it? Sorry, guys. I'm going to stop selling, I promise. But to join the WhatsApp group, you've got to be an Ultras member. Rune, you're a squad member. So you can cancel your membership and upgrade, and then it will put you in the WhatsApp group, but it is more expensive. So completely your call there, mate. You can check it out when you click members on my page. Gianni, got a question. I had 2 free. Adogi and Son for Saka. I don't mind. Or you could just wave. You could just roll. Sell Baldock to Botman. Yeah, I don't mind that. Oh, Evil's in bed at 9:36. Jealous. Yes, you are crazy for having Richarlison. Get rid. Oh, Charlie, I promise you, Haaland ain't going to prove us wrong, right? If we're going against Haaland captain, it's not because we don't think Haaland's going to score points. It's because we think Son might score more. Like, there's nothing, and that could be wrong. But whether that's right or wrong, I know the decision to captain Son is the right one for me. So there's going to be no surprise if Haaland scores a hat-trick, right? Like, you can't... We know Haaland's the best player in the game. But sometimes you just got to roll the dice. And I think Son's the roll of the dice this week. Oh, thanks, mate. I'm glad you've been watching all the videos. Sell Eze for Son. Yeah, if that's your only route to Son, I don't mind that. If you've got enough money to go Eze to Son, great. Like, guys, do you know I would have sold out this midfield 5 for Son? And I was about 0.3 short. I'd have sold Matoma. I don't want to sell Rashford, but I'm selling him because I just can't sell Foden. And I think Saka's a bit of a non-negotiable. Do I get Archer now or next week? It depends. If you could bring him in now, are you putting him in your 11? Probably not, are you? You're probably not putting Archer in your 11 away at Sheffield, at Tottenham. So just wait. Estupinan over Colwill. I mean, I'm not. You can see my bench there on screen. Bench Nunez or Foden. Flip a coin. Cash or Porro? A Doji. There's my answer. But Porro, if you're one of them. I mean, some of the benching dilemmas, guys. This is why the 8th attacker in your team needs to be a 4.5 million player. Because you got these sorts of questions. It's too difficult, Morgan. You need a 4.5 mid or a 4.5 forward in your squad who's your bench option every week. That's how I play FPL. I make it easy for myself. Make your decisions easier because benching one of these guys, no, I couldn't do it. All got good fixtures this week. Benching a good defender is one thing. Benching a good attacker is another. Remember that quote, guys. Remember that quote. I think it's worth listening there. Yeah, probably would do Diaz's son. Yeah. Rashford's got great fixtures. Again, I think Rashford's going to deliver points. Like, I just think Son's going to deliver more. Oh, we've got Lee in the house. Love that, Lee. Lee is part of the squad. Yes, Lee. How you doing, mate? I think you've probably just joined, Lee. But if you are just joining, my transfer this week is Son in for Rashford. And I'm going to captain Son, so ignore what you see on the armband there. It ain't vice captain, it's going to be captain. So what's Lee saying? Our squad member, thanks for supporting the channel, Lee. Are Fernandez, Saka, Maddison and Bomo the 4 main midfielders? No, they're not. Son, Maddison and Bomo and Saka are the 4 main midfielders. Bruno, Rashford, Foden, Diaby are all nice luxuries, but they're not one of the big 4. I don't have them. I don't have them all. So I'm not. This isn't a smug comment by any stretch. But the top 4 midfielders for me at the moment, if you're on like a wild card, you're going to have the 2 Spurs lads, Son and Maddison. You're going to have Mbomo because the way he's been playing. And then I think it's Saka. You could argue it's Rashford or Bruno or Foden or Diaby, but yeah. So there we go. Yeah, Lee is back in the house. Thanks, mate, for your question. Yeah, so I've just mentioned my team's going to be Son captain, and my transfer is Son in for Rashford. Guys, if I answered every question in order, it'd be rubbish. It'd be rubbish because there'd be too many questions. And you'd get a one-word answer. And I don't want to give one-word answers. Also, it'd be a boring stream because I'd spend half my time just reading. So yeah, you'd get no squirrels. You get no pigeons. At the moment, I've benched Vissa versus Newcastle for 4-5. Does he answer every question because they're all channel members? There's a difference, isn't there? There's a difference. Maybe I'll make my group, my chat for members only. Because do you guys watch streams where it's just members only in the chat? Because I was watching Above Average FPL, watched The Wire this week, and both you had to be a member to comment in the chat. This chat's open to everyone. Maybe I just make this just open to channel members. Could do that. But then it would just, it'd just be a select few of us. And I don't want you guys not to be able to ask questions. Maybe you can't afford to be a channel member, and I don't stop you from asking questions. Any wildcard plans? I've done a wildcard videos, Kev. Go check it out. I recorded it last week. I gave the 5 main windows when to wildcard. One of them was this week. One of them was game week 8 to 9. One of them I think was 12. One was 19 and one was anytime. But watch the video. It's really, really interesting. And I actually put together a draft for my wildcard game week 9 already to show how different it is from my team and how I'd need a wildcard to get there. Guys, if you've been hitting that like button, I think you have. We're over 100 likes, which is awesome. Thank you for the support. If you fancy subscribing as well, I'm guessing you're all subscribed to the channel, aren't you? Guessing you're all subscribed. Do I bring in Jesus for Alvarez? No, I'd keep Alvarez. Should I sell Gusto? No, Reece James won't play. Hold Gusto. Paris, Dupanan. I'd place. Is that how it works, Scoped? Only have to be a subscriber. You're kidding. I need to do that. I don't know how I hit that button, but I'll set that up. That's a great shout. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm going to plan on do these. Like, I love the idea of doing like a pre-deadline stream. Because no one would watch me if I went in the deadline. Subscribers only is good incentive for people to click the button. Okay, yeah, so it's like a blackmail. It's like a blackmail button. I hear that. Sub only chat. Maybe next time I'll do that if I can work it out. I'm a technophobe. It's taken me 5 years to get my own YouTube channel, guys, because I'm scared of hosting them. Is Alvarez going to start? Yeah, he will. We're good there. Is it time to bench or sell Watkins? Give him another couple of weeks. If you've come this far, I do think Diaby's the player to go to, though. Areola or Onana in goal? Areola this week. Oh, thanks, Shivam. Appreciate that. I'd bench Morris. Subscriber chat only, yeah. I hear that. Guys, get your questions in. I want to answer as many as I can. Like, at times I will drift on a tangent, but at times I will do some quick fire. I think Saka is not one of the top 4. Okay, of the midfielders. Fair enough. His numbers, though, are better than Rashford. Start Eze or Mbomo. Probably in Bomo. Palace have got a couple of injury doubts, haven't they? I think they're a bit vulnerable without Gay at the back. Gay. Will Johnson keep his place? Yeah, until he starts playing badly, and it will be a case of when, not if, Henderson comes in. A bit like Matt Turner at Forest. So Forest and Palace keepers aren't safe, but until they have a bad game or two, you'd think they keep the number 1 jersey. But of course, they're going to have a bad game, and they will be dropped at some point. Play Saliba or a Stupenham? Probably Saliba, but it's a hard one, that. I think I'd actually do a Stupenham, but the smart choice would probably be Saliba. Edison or Turner? You've got to play Edison, haven't you? Guys, if you own Edison, there ain't many weeks you're going to bench him, are there? City are the best defensive team in the league by a country mile. We know that. You're great, Gianni, and deserve 1 million subscribers. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. I'm cool with my 11,000 you guys. I'd love more, of course I would. But it's a new channel, so we're growing. You guys are growing with me, hopefully. So I appreciate you joining the journey. I'd start Colwell over Gabriel myself. Keep what? There we go. Rune's off to the park with his girl. Wish you a great day. Good luck. Thanks, Rune. Yeah, I'm going to take mine to the swings. She loves the swings in like 20 minutes time. Thanks, mate. Have a good one. Thanks. And thanks for your membership, as always. Questions from Voltri. Jackson or Alvarez? Jackson just. Because no European football. Salah, Saka or Son? This week, Son. Eze or Diaz? Probably Diaz. Sell Johnson or a Doji? You can't sell a Doji. Thoughts on Hojlund? He's going to be great. He's going to be great. I'll probably want him in my team next week. Yeah. And maybe that happens. The squirrel's back. But the squirrel's back. If Guy wants to watch. I think Hojlund's going to be great. The thing is with Hojlund, we don't know how it's going to affect the other Man United players. I'm not convinced it's a good thing for Rashford. I remember when Darwin came to Liverpool and straight away when we were seeing all the shot volume, excuse me. Excuse me. I was like, Salah's numbers have gone down a bit because Darwin's a big chance hog. And that could happen with Rashford and Bruno with Hojlund in the team. Let's see. But he's going to be good. No obligation for you to upgrade to be an Ultras member, mate. You stay at the squad, or if you want to join the WhatsApp group Ultras, but yeah, no obligation whatsoever. If we get news that Guardiola doesn't start, would we sell him for share? No. If Guardiola doesn't start, it will probably start the next one. Like, the Man City defenders are going to rotate. And when you buy Guardiola, you're not getting someone that's going to start 10 in 10. Diaz might. He's probably the only one. You might get 7 or 8 out of 10 of Guardiola. And look, I was more optimistic with 8, and it might be 6 or 7. But it's fine. You have a good defender 4, knowing that. It's like a Gianni Uncut show. It so is, isn't it? Talking to my wife. And that's what I want these lives to be. Like, how boring must lives be if they're the same as your pre-recorded content? Because pre-recorded content is all about giving you guys the best information in the shortest amount of time. So I do 15-minute videos for a reason. These are like an hour long, just me and you guys chatting. That's what I want them to be. If you're coming for your questions to be answered, it's the place to come. If you're coming for a wealth of an overview of the whole game week, go watch my 15-minute videos. They're way better. But this is more the soft chat. What I'll say, guys, is not every week I'm going to be able to do this before the deadline, because a lot of the time I have other commitments. Like Sky Sports News, for example, is often just before the deadline. So I'm going to be in a car driving to the studio 3 hours before the deadline, or I'll be there getting my makeup done. So I'm not going to be able to stream. And I think that's next week, for example. So when I can, I'll do these, but also do absorb the shorter form content. Hang on. What's Will Shaw saying? Do not read out loud. If people don't like and subscribe, they don't deserve all your effort. If you went live at deadline, I'd watch you over the big guys. Thanks, Will. Nice of you to say, mate. So what? I shouldn't answer any question unless they're a subscriber. How do I know if they're a subscriber? I don't know if you're subscribers. I guess you're all subscribers, aren't you? Yeah, maybe I'll do subscriber only chat though. That's a good shout next time if I can work it out. Thanks though, mate. Appreciate you, Will. Over 300 of you are watching, so thank you for that. Bench Isak or Mbemo. What's our thoughts on Isak? I think him and Wilson's just 160, 130 every week, pretty much. With the Champions League, that's going to continue. But maybe with the Champions League, we see 90 or 80-10, 80-10 more. I don't know. Let's see. Isak's clearly first choice, but Wilson's going to start some games because they've got so many fixtures. Thanks, Rune. I've got a poll going. Let's end the poll. If you own Son, would you captain this game week? 58% of you said yes. Guys, we're going to do another poll because I think this is a good one. We're going to do another poll, which is interesting market research for me. Right, you're going to like this poll, guys. Hopefully. Hang on. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if it does. Should I stream an hour before the deadline? Or should I stream at this at a time? So an hour before the deadline or 3 hours before the deadline, which is this time, and then you watch other streamers later. Let me know. I'm interested to know. This seems to be a sweeter spot, doesn't it? Do you think Hojlund this week is a good shout? He's a massive punt this week. I think he starts, and I think he gets 60, 70 minutes. Why not? It's his home debut, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's definitely a link to memberships. Hell yeah. If you fancy becoming a member, then on my homepage on YouTube, click join, and it will give you these two options. The squad, where you get all your questions answered as a priority, or an Ultras member, where you get access to the WhatsApp group, where I'm sending a ton of content, voice notes, videos, chatting. Guys, there is the world number one in the chat of the WhatsApp group. World number one, Ali Hangarov from last year. He won FPL, is one of my Ultras and good mates. So yeah, come join it. Come join. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Is Botman injured? No, I think he'll be fine. How much is Hojlund? Let's have a look. Because I'm looking at my team going, is Hojlund someone I can reach easily next week if I want him? Because I think if Hojlund scores, because he's cheaper than Rashford Bruno, there'll be a lot that go, he's my United cover. He's 7 million. So if, for example, this week I'm selling, as I'm doing, Rashford to Son, because I've got money in the bank. I've got like a ton of money in the bank. So that still leaves me with around 2 million. 2.1. So can I sell Archer to Hojlund? No, I can't. And maybe I'd have to for a hit. But yeah, options. He's very cheap, 7 million. I thought Hojlund would come in at more expensive. Guys, thank you for voting in the poll as well. Yeah, good point. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. And yeah, if you fancy joining the channel, then yeah, you can do that. Just it's on the main YouTube channel page. Click the word join. Jackson out possible if he continues to disappoint. No, I'm willing to ride the wave with Jackson as long as the chances are coming. It's not like he's a 10 million asset. Like I think we can hold on him a little bit longer when the fixtures are there. Sterling or Watkins? I'd start Sterling. Yeah. Play Visser or Gvardiol. I always back the attacking player, but this week I'd probably play Gvardiol. Like Brentford have got a very difficult fixture, haven't they? Yeah, Fulham. I mean, we love targeting Luton, don't we? We love targeting Luton. But I don't know. I mean, Jimenez is a nice punt. Where was that question? Who was it who asked about joining the channel? Can't remember. There we go. S Hawes. I'm gonna just, so I remember, make sure that it's an easy way to join, but it should be on my the YouTube landing page for me, for Gianni Batici. Guys, thanks for your questions and for liking and subscribing. There's 300 of you plus with me, so I really appreciate that. Captain Salah, right? Captaincy options this week if you're just joining. Would I captain Haaland or Son? I'd captain Son. That's who I'm captaining this week. So ignore the graphic. It says Son vice captain. It's going to say Haaland captain in an hour. Would I captain Haaland or Salah? Haaland. Haaland or Maddison? Haaland. That's where we're at. I think Son is the only player I'd captain above Haaland this week. What cereal, G, tea or coffee? So, overnight oats, which I shared with my 1-year-old daughter. And if you joined the stream at 8, you'd have seen me eating them. And I don't think it was it was an oat latte. Yeah. Ah, there we go. It's easier to join from, so Son for short. Yeah, nice. Hey, Kunar. Good to see you, dude. Kunar's in the WhatsApp chat. Kunar, what's your decision this week? You've gone Son captain, haven't you? I know you were torn, but you're convinced you're going Son captain now. We were chatting about that on WhatsApp with Gucci, who's on his wild card, and Ali, hanger of world number 1. Rune says he couldn't find the membership thing on his phone. Ah, that's what it is. So the members probably you've got to be on your laptop or your computer, maybe. Interesting, though, that it's not on mobile easily. We'll look into that. I fancy Almiron. Almiron, he's quite good looking, I guess, if that's your thing. Interesting. Thoughts on Almiron? Yeah, good player. I wonder if he'll lose his spot soon. Like, genuinely. Gordon and Barnes are competing for the spot on the left-hand side. And if they're both playing really well, Eddie might go, I know Gordon and Barnes are both so much better on the left than the right, but they could probably do a job on the right. And if Almiron's not playing well, I want to start Gordon and Barnes. Let's give one of them a go on the right-hand side. We could see that. I wouldn't be surprised. Glad you got it. Glad you found it funny. Guys, where in the world are you watching from? Hit us up with some countries. I'm guessing you're watching from all over, which is pretty cool. Thoughts on Luis Diaz? I think you hold him. I don't know if I buy Luis Diaz. I always feel with Luis Diaz, there's a little bit of a lack of explosivity there. Ah, wicked. We're watching from Norway and Sweden. That's cool. Leicestershire. Jono, do you know where I am? Pretty damn close. That's where I am. Rune, yes, you're watching from Norway, Scotland and Singapore and Sweden. Jaipur City. I can't pronounce that. Straya, Wales. I'm in India next week, by the way. I'm in Chennai. Fancy coming down to Chennai. Iceland, Germany, Egypt, yes, Sweden. Alvarez, where's that? Is that in Mexico? Dubai, Tunisia, Sweden, Norway, all over. Loads in Scandi, though. USA, it's late night there. Gucci's in Melbourne. Love that. Romania, Northampton. Matt, I'm in between Northampton and Leicester, so 2 watching so close to me. Also in Leicester. What is going on? Guys, I'm going to be at Leicester train station at 12 o'clock today. Jumping on a train northbound, though. So, Botswana, yes. South Africa. Jason's in South Africa. It's rubbish, isn't it? It's rubbish. So my mother-in-law and my grandmother-in-law, my wife's nan, proper strong South African accent. So I hear it all the time and I still can't do it. South Africa. Come here, Cameron Marie. Yeah, I can't do it, can I? Botswana and Norway. Wicked. Dubai is... Loads are in Norway, by the way. And South Africa. And South Africa. More in Norway. Linda's in the house. Wicked, guys. Loads in Africa as well. Bhutan represented as well. New Zealand. Guys, thank you all for the love. When in Chennai, come to Mumbai. Dude, I'd love to, Canal. And I nearly said this to you on WhatsApp, but it's too far. Like, India's such a massive country. It's like a 2-hour flight to Mumbai, like 3-hour flight. Glamorous Yorkshire, yes. So, guys, what do I do with Matoma? I think you probably hold him unless you can go straight to a Maddison or a Son if you don't have them. I'm riding the wave from Matoma. You could say, look, just jump onto Mbomo now. Like, if you've got Matoma, you've probably not got Mbomo. But Matoma does have what? Bournemouth next week? Should we have a look at the ticker? Let's have a look at the ticker from Matoma. So where's he at? Let's have a look. Where? Oh, let's sort my screen out, Gianni. Come on, I'm still getting used to the tech, aren't I? Right. Where's Brighton on this ticker? Have I got them blocked out from the question? Oh, God. Yeah. Man United. Yeah, it's Bournemouth at home. And then Villa and Liverpool. You can't sell ahead of Bournemouth, can you? Oh, no way, Jono. You're not a stalker at all, mate. That's cool. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know where I am. My Instagram is non-FPL pretty much. So it's a lot of, me at the pub. Or me and the daughter feeding the chickens. Would you bring in Son for Foden? No, because I'm not doing that. I'd sell Rashford first, which is what I'm doing. Yeah, channel meet up at the Leicester train station. Hit the subscribe button. Says FPL injuries. Janie's an absolute legend and loves. Oh, Jace, thank you, mate. If you're not already subscribed to FPL injuries, you get the injury guy, Ben Dinnery, the guy of like FPL injuries updates. So the weeks where there's a big like Haaland, will he, won't he play? Salah, will he, won't he? Ben Dinnery's numbers just go up like that. So what I'd say is subscribe to the channel and make sure you watch on any of those weeks where you're uncertain about your main man playing, because Ben will update you and his accuracy is ridiculous. So Premier injuries, sort them out. What do you think Barnes will start? Gordon probably. But I think there's a world in which Barnes and Gordon could both start. And as I mentioned, Almiron could be up. His time could be up if he continued. I know Newcastle fans are disappointed with what they're seeing from Almiron. But he was so good last year, wasn't he? So you could see one of them move to the right. Oh, thanks, mate. Louis says, -4 for Saka and Son. Oh, no. -4 for Son. Captain Son. Yeah, Captain Son. I wouldn't take a -4 from him, no. Oh, yeah, I would if you captain him. Love your content. I find it a lot of other content creators results orientated. Maybe so. Hopefully this is a lighter look at FPL on the chat. But look, the pre-recorded content is quite different. And you should definitely check out my pre-recorded content. I made 5 videos in the international break. One of them was on wildcard windows, right? That is a must-watch for me. So do go check out my channel. And yeah, I've done team selection video, game week preview, best attack, best defense, and a wildcard video. 9 days ago, the wildcard video was uploaded. So when I leave right now, go and watch that wildcard video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. It's been awesome. One final thing from me then, seeing as we're going to be going soon. If you fancy becoming a channel member, the details, you might not be able to access it on mobile, but on your laptop or your iPad or whatever, you can go channel members. You can join the squad. Squad members have their questions answered as a priority. And the Ultras tier, you come into the Gianni WhatsApp. And we chat FPL all day, every day. So I can't promise it'll be all day, but a lot. And Ali Hangarov, last year's winner, is also in there. But for now, guys, I'm going to go now. Before you go on to the other streamers, because you've got a couple of hours still, where you should go right now is onto the Gianni Batici YouTube channel and look at the videos I've made in the last 4 or 5 days. One of them is on wildcard windows. One of them is a game week preview. These are 15-minute videos with loads of stats, loads of data, loads of concise information, which I think you should absorb before the deadline. Team selection, best attack, best defense, wildcard windows, and game week preview. There's tons of content there. Give it a go. You won't be missing out on anything from live videos 9 till 10. Get on your, team leaks at 10:30 or whatever. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, subscribes, as always, Love you guys. Take care. Goodbye.